Hello, welcome back to Vitality Power Pilates. My name is Hope and I am so glad you are here to work out with me today. Today we are going to be doing a 26-minute full body feel good Pilates workout. All I have is my mat and some weights for my hands. I've got 3 pounds and a comfortable outfit to move in. With that being said, we're going to get straight into it by warming up our body nice and slowly, getting our heart warmed up, getting our muscles feeling nice and loose, and then we're going to bring it back into slow, controlled movement today. I really want you to think about your mind connecting to the muscle. So if we're doing something in our glutes, I want you to think about really activating that backside. I want you to think about taking the mind to the muscle, making sure that you're really connecting with your body. So with that being said, we are going to get started. We're going to start by standing up nice and tall in the center of our mat. We're going to take those feet out a little bit wider than our hips. We're going to bend through the legs just a tad, so bending down slowly, upper body staying nice and tall. Those hands are going to come out in front of the body. We're going to rise up, squeezing our tushy and lowering ourselves down. Beautiful. Lifting up, arms can go back behind the body just a little bit and lowering yourself down. Waking up your body if this is the first thing you're doing this morning, or if you're doing it after work, before bed, getting your body moving. No matter what time, always feels good. Arms going back, squeezing up that pelvic floor as we lift and letting it drop as we lower. You have 2, squeeze that backside, let those arms go. 1, letting it lower, coming up nice and tall. From here, we're gonna come onto our tiptoes, holding our balance, taking those hands up. Breathe. Exhale, lower the heels down to the mat. Inhale, lift, breathe. Exhale, lower those heels down. Beautiful. From here, lifting the toes off of the mat. So the foot is down, toes are lifted. We're gonna send those arms out to one side, reaching over to our left side, stretching out the spine, making some movement in that upper body. From here, those hands are gonna come up as tall as you can, back down to the side. 2 more, reaching up high. You're still bending over to that left side. 1 more time, lifting up, lowering it down, coming back to center. Lower those hands, roll the shoulders back, squeezing those shoulder blades, make them nice and big. Last one. Arms come back out to that side. This time we're leaning over to our right side. Hands are going to come up above the head, lower them back down, squeezing those shoulder blades as we lift those arms. 2 and 1. Lowering those hands, coming back to center. This time we drop the hands all the way down. We send those shoulders back. So opposite direction to what we just did. Sending the shoulders back, big round circles. 1 more time. Beautiful. Taking the hands to the thighs. We're gonna slowly bend ourselves down, coming into that squat. Forearms come on top of the thighs. Lifting up, hands stay on the legs. 1 more time, we lower that body, forearms down. Resting them down on the tops of our thighs. We take a nice big inhale, squeezing that backside. Chest lifts up tall, and exhale, lower those hands down to the mat. From here, your hands are firmly planted into the ground. Your feet are nice and relaxed, firmly planted into that mat. We're gonna send those knees out to the side by rotating our weight to one side, coming back to center, shifting the weight to the other side. Hands and feet stay down on the mat. Beautiful. Last little bit of waking up the body before we get into some movement. Rocking to one side, coming back through the center, rocking to the other side. Standing up nice and tall, grab your weights when you feel ready. We're gonna start out by turning on those arm muscles. So I want you to in a nice athletic stance. Feet are comfortable on that ground. We're gonna lift both weights above, out in front of our body about chest height. We're gonna open up through those arms, coming back to chest and lower them down. Lifting the arms up, extending the arms out wide, coming back to center, lowering them down. We have 10. So this is where we start to bring that mind to muscle, thinking about the shoulders, thinking about rounding out those big, strong muscles, thinking of those micro muscles, that little spot where your bra strap hits in the armpit, squeezing that bit as we bring those arms up, out, in, and down. Your arms are straight, your core is turned on, lifting high, opening up, coming center, and down. We have 2 more. Squeezing those lats, squeezing those biceps, and lowering ourselves down. Beautiful. From here, one arm is going to stay down by our side. We're going to take our left hand, we're going to lift it up straight out in front of our body. We're going to bring it down, lift it out to the side, bring it down. So it's separate movements to the side and to the front of the body. I want you to really think about being as controlled and as slow as I am right now. Pilates is not a marathon, it's not quick, it's controlled, and it's mindful. Waking up that shoulder, this is 2. This is 1. Lowering it down, we take it to the other side, send that right arm out in front of you, activating your side body, your shoulders, lowering it down, taking it out to the side. So it's not super fast like this, mindless movement. It's really connecting those little tiny muscles. We take it in front, to the side. Yes. So you're lifting up with force, you're bringing it down slowly and controlled. You have 3. Take it out. Last 2. Take it out. Take it in front one more time. Take it out. Beautiful, rolling those shoulders back, standing up nice and tall. From here, hands are gonna come bending through the elbow, hands are gonna come about that chest height, close and tucked into that body. We're going to lift up into a big circle, rounding through those elbows, bring them back in front of that chest. Lifting up like you're drawing a big circle with those weights, lifting up, squeezing your back, keeping those shoulders down away from the face. Big circle open. We have 2 more. You can do it. Last 1, lifting high, bringing it back to center, lowering yourself into a squat, keeping those weights where they are. We pulse it out for 10. Slow and controlled, upper body nice and tall, lifting through that chest. The legs are the only thing that's moving. We bend it down and up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Standing nice and tall. Beautiful. Lowering those weights down, keeping them on your mat. 1 weight on either side of your body. In front of those hands, we're going to extend out our right leg. We're going to grab a weight in our left hand. We're going to send the arm back into a kickback. So I want the elbow close, tucked into that body, leg nice and extended, beautiful length through that body. The gaze is going to the front of your mat. We keep that arm lifted, we lower the leg, lift it up, lower and lift. So you're working on your balance, keeping those hips square to the mat with only 1 hand and 1 leg down. And you're squeezing that arm that's lifted. Think about activating that tricep as we lower that leg, squeezing through the glutes. This is full body work here. You have 5, 4, stay with me, 3, breathing through those abs, 2, and 1. Leg stays lifted. From here, I want you to take that hand that has the weight in it. I want you to flip it back so your palms are facing the ceiling. We pulse that arm up for 10, 9, 8, keeping that leg straight out behind you, 6, 5, little pulses, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lowering that arm down, keeping that leg lifted, dropping the weight. From here, we're gonna Plant both hands into the mat. We're gonna take it down into a push-up, nose towards the ground, keeping that leg lifted, pressing up high out of those palms. You're lowering yourself down, lifting up nice and tall. You have 5. Squeezing that backside. Elbows are tucked into that body. 3, 2, and 1. Lowering the leg down. Nice job. We take it to the other side, extending out that right leg. Weight goes into our left hand. Opposite hand, opposite leg. We take that arm back, squeezing through the triceps, working on that balance, engaging the core. We lower the leg down, lift it up. Left leg lowers, we lift. Squeezing that glute, nice. For 10, gaze is long and tall, back is straight. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it lifted, palm flips over, so hands are down, palms are lifted up. We pulse that arm up for 10, keeping that leg lifted nice and straight. 9, 8, creating that muscle, feeling that burn. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering the weight down, keeping that back leg lifted. We go into that push-up so that leg stays back. Palms are down onto the ground. We lower our upper body down, nose to the mat, lifting up tall. Lowering ourselves down, lifting tall. You have 5. Bending through those elbows, keeping them close to your body. 3, 2, 1. Lowering yourself down, leg comes down. Coming into that tabletop position, I want you to grab your weights. Keeping in that tabletop, I want you to be able to have your weights accessible under those hands. From here, we're going to extend out our right leg. So extend it back. We're going to take the weight in our hand, left hand, holds it in. We're in that position again, opposite leg, opposite arm. We extend the arm out, bring it back in, bending through that elbow. Extend the arm out, back in. Everything is a nice long line. You have 10. Squeezing that backside. 9, 8, 7, 6. Be mindful with that movement. It's not the momentum that's bringing your body together. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lowering it down, hand goes down, then leg goes down. Beautiful. We have the other side. Left leg goes back. Weight is in that right hand. Lengthening through that back body. We extend the arm, bending it back through that center. Extend, bring it home. Extend, bend. Nice. Keeping this strong posture for 10, 9. Really punching it out nice and high. Lengthening that body. 5. Squeezing the tricep for 4, 3, 2. Lifting it high. 1. Lowering the weight down, lowering the legs. Nice job taking those weights off of your mat, giving those arms a bit of a little break, turning onto your back side. Feet are facing the same direction as those hands. Lowering yourself down, keeping those hands firmly planted onto the mat, bending through the legs. We lower our upper body down onto the mat. From here, legs lift up to that reverse tabletop. We squeeze the legs together. Breathing with me. I want you to squeeze those knees together like you have a secret piece of paper that you don't want anyone to find out what's written on it. So you're squeezing your legs as tight as you can so no one can get a hold of it. Breathing in for 5. Squeezing those legs for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering the legs down, undoing those knees, lowering down onto your forearms. I need to switch sides. The sun in South Florida is extremely bright. That is much better. All right, staying here on those forearms. Those legs come back up to that tabletop position. Knees are together. From here, we're going to take the legs apart, knees out to either side, heels are touching in the center of your body. We're gonna bring those legs in and extend them long. Bring them in, extend them long. So those heels, mine are really sweaty, they just slipped, but they do not move. The legs open up, they squeeze together at the top as they extend long. You have 10. That inner thigh is working. 9. 8, abs, feel that little burn at the top as those legs hold out for 7. Squeezing through those legs for 6. 5. 4. 3. Knees come out. This is 2. And 1. Lowering the legs down slowly until they reach the mat. From here, we're gonna undo those arms, letting our whole body lie down onto our mat. We're going to extend those legs out straight onto our mat. Our hands are down by our sides. We're gonna take a second to breathe. As we inhale, I want you to squeeze that pelvic floor up towards your rib cage. Exhale, we drop it down. Inhale, squeezing that pelvic floor, holding it for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, let it go. Last time. Inhale, lifting that pelvic floor, squeezing it in. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, let it go. From here, legs are long, arms are gonna come up above the head, lengthening through the body as long as you can, planting ourselves firmly into the mat through those legs. We're gonna use them as an anchor as we come up into a full seated push-up, taking our arms to one side, lifting up, taking the arms to the other side, lifting up, coming back down. Legs do not lift off of the mat. Lifting, rolling ourselves up through those abs, coming to one side and the other. Really making each movement nice and pronounced and separate. We lift up, squeezing that tummy, come to one side, tall posture, and come to the other side. One more just like this. We lower ourselves down slowly. Hands go above the head, coming up, anchoring through those feet, twisting the spine to one side, lifting tall through the center, twisting to the opposite side. Coming back to center. From here, we're gonna drop those hands down. We're gonna stay tall in that upper body, pressing through the hands to open up that chest. We're gonna bring our legs in, bending through those legs. We're gonna lift our mid-body off of the mat and lower ourselves down, tapping the tushy to the mat, lifting up, squeezing that backside, lowering ourselves down. Lift, squeeze, lower, let it go. One more. Lift, squeeze, lower, let it go. Beautiful. Coming onto our side, pick a side, does not matter which one, we're gonna do both. We're going to lower ourselves down onto our forearm. So I'm on my left forearm, my right leg is on top. We're bending through those knees, tucking the knees in a little bit tighter to that belly button so you're in a nice 90-degree bend. Flexing those feet. We're going to lift the leg, push the wall, bring the leg back in, bring it about a centimeter above that bottom leg. Lift, push, keeping that foot flexed. Hand goes to that hip. Beautiful. Pushing that wall, slowly bringing that leg back into that bend and lowering the leg down. We have 2 more. Push that wall out Think about really flexing through that foot. It matters. It activates that outer glute just a little bit more. Bending down. This time we lower them down. We pulse that leg out. Beautiful. Up. Stacking the knees on top of one another, but they're not touching. You have 10. Hand can come up to create a little bit more space in that body to breathe. You have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering the leg down, extending both legs out. Long hand stays lifted. If you don't have it lifted, you can take it in front of the body for a bit more balance. Your hips are stacked on top of each other, ankles stacked on top. We're going to lift that top leg up, pointing through the toe this time, lowering it down. Lift and lower, lift and lower, burning out that side booty, burning out that outer glute. You have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it lifted. We're gonna bend the leg in, send it out. Bend the leg in, send it out. So the key here is to really keep that leg lifted. So you're lifting through the hip, activating that outer glute, and mobilizing that knee by taking the lower leg down and out. You have 5. Pointing through those toes for 4. Squeezing that backside. I know it burns. You have 3, 2, 1. Hold it here for 5. Breathe through it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering it down, patting out that top glute. We're gonna switch to the other side. Feeling that beautiful burn through the outer booty. I'm coming down onto my right forearm, keeping my legs out long, taking the hand up. We're gonna bend those legs into that chair position, so 90-degree bend through those hips, stacking our knees on top of each other. Hand can either stay up or can help with your balance in front of that body. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side, so we're going to flex the foot, lifting that top leg up, sending it out, kicking that wall out, bending it back down, dropping the leg, having it hover over that bottom leg. So again, that mind to muscle connection comes back, thinking about that outer booty as we burn out this leg. When we send that leg out, we turn on the thigh. So squeezing that leg, lowering it down. You have 5. Stick with me. We are nearly there. 4, 3, come on, lowering that leg down, lifting it up, pushing it out. 1 more. Lift, push, bring it in, lower it about halfway. We pulse it up for 10. Bending through that knee, flexing through that foot. Tall chest up and lifted. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering that leg down, sending it out. I'm going to take my body, keeping it nice and straight, dropping that arm down as the side is a little bit not weaker, but not as strong. So my balance needs a bit of support. So I'm dropping my hand. Feel free to keep yours lifted if you prefer that. We're pointing through those toes. We're lifting that top leg up and down, up and down. Beautiful. Staying nice and tall through that upper body. That lower leg is doing all of the work. You have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, squeezing at the top, 2, 1, keeping it lifted. We finish off here, bending through that top leg. Foot goes back, trying to tap the booty and extend it long. Bringing it in through the knee, extending it long. We finish here. This is 10, 9, 8, breathe through it. 7, 6, oh my God, my leg is burning. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, we hold that leg up. 1, you hold it here for 5. We finish strong. 4, 3, 2, and 1, lowering that leg down, patting out, rubbing out that glute, turning onto your backside, lowering everything down to the mat, keeping those legs bent. We're going to lift those legs up into a tabletop, tucking our hands behind the back of our thighs and gently tugging on those knees, bringing them into that chest, flexing through the feet, stretching out the backside of the legs. From here, letting go of your right leg, we're gonna lower it down to the mat, keeping it bent, taking the leg that's still lifted, crossing it over on top of your thigh, creating a nice figure 4, pressing down on that knee to really open up through the hip. Letting your heart rate come down, letting your body know that it's time to rest, that it just completed a very challenging 26 minutes, pressing into that leg, feeling that burn, feeling that beautiful stretch. Gently bringing the leg back to neutral, untucking the leg from that figure 4, dropping the leg down to the mat, bringing the other leg across, right leg comes across, pressing down on your knee, opening up through that hip on the other side, feeling that deep, deep stretch. One side may feel a bit more tender or a bit tighter than the other, so just take a second to check in with your body. If you need to do a bit more stretching, by all means, hold each position for a little bit longer. Bringing that leg back to neutral, untucking the leg from that figure 4, letting the legs go long, hands go up above the head. Inhale with me, nice and big. And exhale out slowly. Taking those hands into a goalpost position, bending through the elbows. Hands are down by your ears. Feeling that nice stretch in that armpit area. Feeling your shoulders feel open. Bringing those hands together in front of the body. Slowly sitting yourself up, hands come up above the head, bring the legs in, bringing those arms to meet the legs, tucking your head down on top of those knees, and sitting up tall, beautiful, pulling through that chest. I want you to take a few inhales here and think about how proud you should be of yourself for showing up, for completing 26 minutes of mindful movement, and for showing your body some love. So stoked that you worked out with me today. I'm so excited for our next time on the mat together, and I hope you're liking these videos. If you do like them and you want to continue working out with me, I post 2 videos a week, and they're all different types of varieties, with weights, without weights, short, long, cardio, mindful, you name it, we have it. I would love for you to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys on the mat in your next workout. Bye.
I snuck it in.